Don't you hate when you do that? A good cut is the start of a good quilt. Today, we're talking about the ins and outs of rotary cutting. To begin, you need 5 things: a mat, a long ruler, a square ruler, a rotary cutter, and of course, something to cut. To learn more about your rotary cutter, check out our Rotary 101 video. To begin, lay your fabric out on the mat. Next, take your square ruler and using one of the lines towards the bottom, lay it up against the folded edge of your fabric. Next, using your long ruler, you're going to place it along the rough edge of the fabric and line it up against your square ruler so that they're touching. Every part of the fabric's rough edge should be under the long ruler. Once they're lined up, you can take the square ruler away. Once our rulers are all in place, we need to make sure they stay there by using a stable hand. Use your non-dominant hand and hold it as if you're holding a ball in the palm. Place your stable hand about the center of the long ruler. This is going to evenly distribute the weight as you press down. Hold your rotary cutter so it's comfortable, but try placing your index finger along this finger pad. It's going to give you a stable downward motion while you cut. Engage your rotary cutter and line up the blade to the edge of your long ruler. Press down and up to begin cutting. If you're worried about your ruler shifting, once you're even with your non-dominant hand, go ahead and lift up, being careful not to move anything, press down a little higher, and continue cutting. Now you've made the first cut. Before you move your fabric, pull gently on the part you cut off to make sure you got it all in one cut. Once you're squared up, you're ready to make your first measurement cut. We're going to cut a 2.5-inch strip. So we're going to line the ruler up. We're going to make sure it's lined up against the fold and the cut edge of the fabric along the 2.5 mark all the way up. Once I'm sure I've got it where I want it, press down, begin cutting. I move the ruler and make sure that strip is cut. Once you feel comfortable with this cut, you can try cutting 2 at once. This is when it pays to be a perfectionist. Make sure your layers are entirely lined up. Place your ruler over it, making sure you've not shifted any fabric. Ta-da! You've made 2 cuts in 1. Remember, when cutting layers, any mistakes are multiplied, but don't let that stop you trying. Before we go, a couple quick reminders. Always close your rotary blade whenever you're not using it. And whenever you're done with your rotary mat, store it flat to prevent warping. With a little practice, you'll be a rotary cutting whiz in no time. Thanks for watching.